Director of Ceremonies today. Let me start by recognizing Mr. Mandive and your team from Econet Wireless. Mr. Chigona, our Acting Director General for EMA. Let me recognize other members of the team from EMA, colleagues from the City of Harare, Wanama Dredabini Waripano, team here, Mr. Chifunde. Let me recognize you. Ladies and gentlemen, the media, good afternoon to you all. This is indeed a great day for us as the Harare City Council, but let me start by welcoming you once again to this event where we are witnessing, or where we have just witnessed, the handover of 1,000 litter bins from Econet Wireless. We want to really appreciate this noble gesture by Econet, because it will go a long way to keep our city clean. You have really demonstrated that you are a responsible citizen, a responsible corporate citizen, and we want to thank you. Let me now take this opportunity to urge and encourage our residents to desist from the habit of throwing litter everywhere. Very often you move around along our streets, you see that the litter bin is quite empty, but a person who is passing by just throws litter onto the street. It sort of is a culture which sometimes looks like it comes naturally to some of the residents of Harare. But we are saying, as Zimbabweans, we must be conscious of the cleanliness of our environment, and that means we must always place our litter in the bin. It's amazing that you walk in the street and you find a pile of waste where someone has been peeling peas or other vegetables on the streets, and they spend the whole day sitting in the middle of that waste, and you wonder what culture it is that we are creating for ourselves. Zimbabweans are clean people, and we must make sure that we continue with our culture of cleanliness. So litter is everyone's responsibility. If we take care of our litter, if we reduce unnecessary litter into our bins, we will make sure that we will ensure that our city becomes a clean city. This donation comes at a time where we have started receiving the consignment of 30 new refuse collection trucks, and we are therefore excited that this donation will enhance our program for making Harare a clean city. What it means is that we will now be able to empty these bins in the city center not only twice during the day, but we should be able to empty them maybe 3 or 4 times during the day, because we've capacitated our refuse collection fleet. So we are extremely grateful to Econet Wireless and also to EMA. We are grateful because EMA at the beginning was just seen as a policing agent. When you see people from EMA coming, you'd know it's a $5,000 ticket. But now, because we've begun to understand the challenges that face us as a nation, that face us as a city, we are now able to sit down together and say we have a collective responsibility, and this is the result of some of those discussions that we have. I want to thank you most sincerely, Mr. Chigona, and your team, and we are going to continue to work with you. We are going to continue to come to you so that in all areas that relate to the environment, we are seen to be working together. I would also want to take this opportunity to encourage other corporate citizens to emulate and follow the footsteps of Econet Wireless. The city's vision of achieving a world-class city by the year 2025 can only be achieved if we all work together. As the City of Harare, we are working towards the separation of our refuse at source We've got some pilot activities taking place in the community, and we've also just made a decision that we must start the separation of waste at townhouse and at all our district offices, so that we can lead by example. We are also encouraging recycling, and our waste to energy plant should be up and about by the end of the year, because most of the adjudication processes have now been completed. So we are looking ahead to a Harare which is moving technologically in terms of how we manage our waste. I would like to encourage and challenge mobile telecommunication operators and other manufacturers to consider ways that are environmentally friendly when it comes to the way that we recharge our mobile phones. I think it is encouraged that we move to electronically recharging our phones. Then we don't have to be picking up those cards everywhere in the city. And other packaging materials as well for other manufacturers. When we move around, we see that this is profit that has gone into the pocket of some company. And we always question ourselves, how are they paying for the waste that they are generating? So we want to encourage the manufacturers, we want to encourage all our industries to take into account the need to manage the waste which they create, but which gives them very good profits. To you, Econet, you are our friends, and together we can achieve a world-class city status by the year 2025 if we continue working together. Sustainability is the word, and I'm happy that Emma is leading in terms of the Zero Tolerance to Litter conference that Mr. Chikona spoke about. And we want to take advantage of that as we are building up to that conference to urge everyone in Harare to be conscious of the need to keep our city clean. We can never be a world-class city if we've got litter all around us. With these few remarks, Econet, you have made us proud. Thank you to Emma for being a supportive partner for the City of Harare and other local authorities. To the residents of Harare, let us keep our city clean. I thank you.
For these and other stories, visit our website www.263chat.com. Follow us on Twitter @263chat and like our Facebook page 263chat.